Good morning. It is May 20th of 2026. First of all, I am going to work on all of this. I am going to have a proper setup. I am going to learn how to share my screen and all the fun stuff. Probably get a backdrop. I am going to learn all of that soon. Right now, I do not know where my light is, so I apologize for the lighting. I have the giant window in front of me, but it is a dreary day, so I apologize. But I am going to, I bought the little kit and everything, but I don't know where everything is. So for now, we're still on my couch. Secondly, if you are new here, I do long form. I like long form. Also, I have ADHD. So I process a little differently, and so this is what you're getting. If you don't like long form unedited, I apologize. I am going to work on it. I am going to learn things, and I'm going to work on it. But I don't make a lot of videos, and so I just haven't. But we're getting there. We're going to work on it. So we are going to talk about and mention a lot of things that will probably keep, I'm going to say a lot of keywords that will probably keep my video from getting put out there very far, but I don't have a big following anyways, so it doesn't matter. The Lord will make sure the person that needs to hear it will hear it. My daughter gave me, for Mother's Day, I told my kids, from now on, if you feel the need that you have to get me a gift, either get me a gift card for a bookstore like Half Price Books or something to put on my bracelets. I just had a 4-day yard sale trying to get rid of as much stuff as I possibly could. I don't want more stuff. I'm at that point in my life. I firmly believe the Lord is coming back soon, and I don't need all the stuff when things go awry. And so she sent me a gift card to Half Price Books. And so let me show you. Most of these, it looks like a lot, but it's not. They're mostly filler, like these beads and these beads, which are beautiful. They're beautiful, but they're just cheap Chimu beads to make them look busy. And they're not. And so I told them, and I like to look at them, and they remind me of the person who gave them to me and how thoughtful and sweet they were. Like my one daughter, she got me all of my kids, and they're not Pandora, they're just something she ordered. But she got all of my kids' initials, my grown children, and I love that. And then I recently got one. This is my son-in-law's initial because he's family now. And these, used to have a store, and I would go to auctions, and I got this pin that said, I got a pin that said grandma, and I had those on there, so I put them on there to remind me of my grandkids. And then there's one, it's tiny, and it's a little heart that my daughter paid a little bit of money to have my grandkids. It's only about that big, but my grandkids' pictures are on it, and I love it. So anyways, so there's that option, and then there's the book option. I wanted to show you the books that I got. I know it makes it, what does this have to do with anything? Nothing. But I'm going to share anyways because. So, also, my cats are really wound up. I know you hear the fish tanks in the background. My cats are wound up. They're always wound up. I have a kitten, so she's a bad influence on the other two. So you can hear noise. They may even jump on me. They're wound up. So most of my books, I have kind of an eclectic, crazy taste in things. And I like books that help me to learn. Oh, also, we have the air conditioner. I probably should have turned that off. I apologize. I am not, I'm learning. I'm learning, folks. I'm sorry. I will get it pulled together. I will have a setup place. I will figure it out and make this a lot easier. But, anyways, I like books that help me to learn. And I get most of them in the clearance section. This one was $4. I went shopping yesterday at the bookstore. That's my kind of shopping. And I like to learn all things Bible. And so I saw this one. It's called The Splendor of Israel. And it's just mostly pictures. And like I said, I like to learn all things Bible. And I like to have pictures to go with what I'm learning. Next, I got a book. This one I paid, I don't know, I think it was like, I don't remember because it was it was wrapped. But it's on fermentation because I have health issues and it's supposed to be good for my health. This one was $3, Scrolls from the Dead Sea. And this looks brand new. It doesn't even look like anybody has ever read it. So for $3, get off my curtains. Sorry. Next, I bought a book. I was looking for crochet books because I gave my daughter all of my crochet patterns and now I have to replenish them. And I don't want a lot of Afghan patterns, but it used to be you could go anywhere and find crochet patterns. I used to go up to my local hardware store and they had crochet patterns. Now I can't find them anywhere. And so I did get this one because it has some pretty ones. I thought it was neat. I don't make a lot of Afghans. So. And then there's this. I've mentioned that I do a lot of arts and crafts and I do journaling. This is card organizer and address book. And when you open it, it has the month and then a pocket to put the cards that you make in it. And then in the back, it has the address pages. I thought that was really neat for organizing my crafts. Just a couple more. I like books. This one is the early history of Israel. Again, I like to learn all things Bible. And it's nice to have the history to put behind the word. And this one just caught my eye. And, you know, I have several Apocrypha books, and I really don't get into them. I've kind of dove into, like, the Book of Enoch, and I've listened to the audio on a couple others, but I don't get into them much. But this one caught my eye. It says it's the Apocrypha Jewish Literature of the Hellenistic Age by Nicholas DeLange. And I just was like, something drew me to it, so I grabbed it. It says, as the second century of the Christian era drew to a close, there appeared to be general agreement that the Jewish Bible consisted of a single unit made up of 24 books. But for several hundred years before that time, a number of other writings in what could be envisaged as a loosely assembled library were considered by many to be part of the Bible. Do I believe that? I don't know. It's neither here nor there. Again, I don't get into the Apocrypha a lot, other than Enoch and really just the first book of Enoch. But I don't make a big thing of it. And two more. This one just kind of caught my eye, first of all, because it's beautiful. And it does not have a copyright in it, so I don't know how old it is. Look how pretty it is. It's beautiful. And it's called Boyhood in a Parsonage by Paul E. Kretzmann. And it was only $5. And I am buying books because there's going to come a time when they are going to require too much, more than I am willing to give to get on my computer. And when that time comes, you will not see me anymore. I've gotten off social media before and I will do it again. But for now, we're all good. But when the time comes, I want a nice library. And I want arts and crafts. I want to go back to my childhood before computers. And we had 3 channels on the TV, and we were outside all the time. And when we were inside, we were reading books. Because the 3 channels that we had to choose from was usually grown up stuff, the news, Dallas, those kinds of movies or TV shows. And, I was a kid, I wasn't interested. So I got the second one just because it was part of a set at one time. They are both from Germany. This was called The Kidnapping of the Princess. I just wanted to share those and why I do buy books. I am going back to my childhood at some point. There is going, and it does fit in because the things that we are going to talk about pertain to a time before computers, a time during computers, and a time after computers. Or I shouldn't say after computers, a time that's coming that can be fearful. And so those are the things that we are going to talk about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read all these words that are going to get me in trouble. And then we are going to read some scripture. And I'm going to share something I looked up. And that's where we're going from here at 12 minutes. Okay. So if this is more than you can handle, I apologize. The reason that I chose to do this video, and I will probably, because there's a lot of things on my heart right now, so I will probably do more than one video today as the Lord lays it on my heart. But I got on a certain platform and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling because it's all the same things. And I didn't, with being neurodivergent, you have 100 tabs open at any given time. Any given time. There's just 100 tabs going nonstop. And it's very hard when you have that many to make files to put those tabs away. And they're trying to do that with all of us on our social media. And so I wrote down all the things that are on my scrolling nonstop. And I was just scrolling past them because I just wanted something different. There was a time that I was diving into all of these because I wanted to know everything about everything. But I've been doing that for years, and now I'm just kind of burnt out on all of it. And so I just wanted something different. I want something happy because it's all negative. All of this, it's just all negative. So we're going to go through, and I'm not going to sit on any of them any time for, a long length of time, but I do want to mention all of them because I want you to see the pattern. This is all the stuff, and all I did was scroll, and I wrote it down, and I scrolled, and I wrote it down, okay? And these are all the things that they use to keep us busy, to keep us fearful, to keep us from looking over here. They want us looking over here because things are going on over here. And they want us scared, and they want us turning on each other, and they want to roll things in that shouldn't be rolled in, but we're too busy with these things. So let's go through them. First of all, the obvious, they've been using this since the beginning of time: politics, religion, and sexual orientation. Since the beginning of time. I mean, I don't even need to stop here. It's just nonstop. We are doing the midterm stuff right now, and it's just scroll, 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 everything, news, social media. I get the spam text messages, vote for so and so, and I just go in and I block them. It's just nonstop. Wars, rumors of wars. You know, first it was Ukraine, the whole Ukraine thing, and that kind of wore off. So then they moved on to the Gaza and Israel, which that one you kind of have to pay attention to because it's in Jehovah's Word, it's in the Bible. You kind of have to pay attention, but it's nonstop. It's just nonstop. It's a means of anger, of division. We have the scientists who all went missing. Now, if you go and dive into it, this is over years. It's not like they all died at the same time, but it's something to keep you busy. Let them eat cake. Oh, and that's another thing. The sports. I didn't even include sports. You know, you've got sports, and we have the hantavirus. We have the China mosquito virus. I don't know what it's called. There was another one too that they're trying to roll out. I think it's over in Africa, maybe. I don't remember. There was a third one that they're trying to make into. They want you thinking that we've got another COVID coming. It's just to make you scared. It's look over here. We have parasites. We have the ticks that, you know, supposedly they're dropping all over the place. Now, I will give you this. Where I live, my yard, I used to let my cats go outside, and we've been here for, I think we're going on 14 years. And before this, we were still in the same town, only a little more out in the country, and we were there for 3 years. So, you know, at least 15 to 18 years. And we've never had a problem with ticks. And the other day, of course, I don't let my cats go out anymore. It was just the one, and we don't have her anymore. But we had fleas. We had trouble with fleas, but we never had a problem with ticks. And the other day, I saw a baby bunny, just a little thing, and he had, I don't know if he had more, but I know for sure he had one tick, probably about that big, in his ear. So we have ticks for the first time, and how that's rolling out the alpha gal. We have the crazy weather that's been going on for years, and I was following that for a long time because, man, it was crazy weather for a long time. The floods and the earthquakes, and we're still having those, but not like we were a couple years ago. It was crazy for a long time. We have the Epstein files, all the garbage going on in Hollywood. And what is with these people, these older, especially the singers, trying to make these comebacks in their 60s, trying to get out there and wear things and dress like they did in their 20s, and it's weird. And then you've got actresses going up in a space shuttle, you know, going up high and then coming back down. Okay. We've got all the health issues that we're going through. I'm probably going to do a video on all my health issues because I think they're pertinent and I think you can learn something from them. And it just seems like everybody's sick now because they're putting, well, the next one, foods, pesticides, spraying the air, everything they can do to make us sick. And they know what they're doing. Most of what we have here is illegal in other countries. And the foods that they send over to other countries, they make differently. They make it healthy. Just really messed up. We have the vaccines that they're pushing so hard, and they have all these new ones they're getting ready to roll out, like the tick vaccine. Gee, I wonder why ticks are a thing now. Because they have a vaccine coming. They create the problem, and then they give you the solution, which is not a solution. It doesn't fix it. And again, I will talk a lot about that kind of stuff when I do a video on my personal health. Not that, I'm anybody. I'm just, there's a lot of things that I learned about what caused it. And I was diagnosed with a lot of stuff and ways to fix it. And what I've learned over the last several years about all the things that are pushed, whether it be pharmaceutical or, your vitamins and supplements and all of that. We have these moon runs. They were going to go to the moon, which I don't believe they ever went to the moon. That's just my personal thoughts. I don't believe it. I've seen too much. Again, neurodivergent, and I used to dive down this stuff because I wanted to know everything about everything, and I don't believe it. And supposedly they were going to do it again recently and then change their minds. They didn't go to the moon. They just did a run by, whatever. The price of living, the price of food, which I can attest to, I cannot believe. Every time I go, I never used to pay attention to what I spent at the grocery store. We're blessed. We're not rich by any means, but I didn't really pay attention. I just always got the same things because I am, because of my health, I just buy certain foods and I eat organic and pasture raised and all of that. And now when I go, every single time I go to the register, there's just shell shock. And each time I go, not only does it get higher, the price, but I'm buying less and less things and still paying more. And the packaging is smaller. It's crazy. The price of gas, MAID, MAID, medically aided, they're killing people. They're killing people, especially up in Canada. I've watched so many videos about people that go in with, something minor, and they're like, well, we have MAID. If you want, you can just kill yourself. We'll help you. What is that? Oh, my cat just knocked a bunch of stuff off my desk. What it is they're trying to get us used to killing people and it being okay. I mean, they already got us used to killing babies. Now they're wanting to kill babies that are born up to, I believe it's a year. But first they have to start with the adults, but just the sick ones, just the sick ones. But then it goes down to mental health, and it goes down to teenagers, and then it's just going to be anybody, because there's coming a time when they're going to kill people in the streets. It's going to happen. It will happen. The Bible tells us that things are going to be worse than they've ever been since the beginning of time. It's coming, and they're trying to get us used to it. Again, I'm going to say a lot of stuff that's going to keep my video from being pushed. I don't care. I'm going home soon. I'm going home soon. I don't care. You got AI, and, okay, what is the Antichrist? Is it a person? Which the Bible kind of insinuates that it is a person. It is the number of a man, but we have people believing it's going to be some kind of a statue. It's going to be AI. It's going to be this country. It's going to be that kind. This person from this. It's going to be a certain religion. I don't think we know. We've got the data centers, which are not only going to control us, but they're going to kill us. It takes an insane, either it takes an insane amount of water to make these run, or they're using it as an excuse to take the water away from us so they can charge us for it, or just so they can kill us off. I don't know which. Supposedly, they need it to keep the machines, the computers from overheating, but I don't understand why they can't use dirty water. Why do you have to take our drinking water? So, I think there's a couple different reasons. Either way, he who controls the food and the water controls the world. And, they're polluting our food and telling us what we can and cannot eat. They're raising the prices. God's word, Jehovah's word, says that at some point it's going to cost an entire day's wage. Now, what I looked it up the other day, the average minimum wage right now is still like, I forget exactly what, $7.50 times 8 hours. So whatever that comes to, $60, $65, somewhere in there. I don't know. But it's going to cost that much for a loaf of bread or the ingredients to make a loaf of bread. So if you think you can't afford things now, just give it time. We've seen, and I was just beating myself up a little while ago. When COVID started in 2020, I was keeping all of my receipts because I knew the prices were going to go up. And at some point, I threw them away. And now I regret it because I really would love to do a video where I go back. And I had a lot of them. Like, I was just keeping all my receipts: food, gas, clothes. And I knew sometime in the future I wanted to do a video where I compared the prices from 20 to 21, 22 until now. And I don't know, I got a burr up my butt and was cleaning. I just tossed them all, like, not very smart. But we've seen the cost of food go up significantly just in the last 5 years. Back when I was still eating pork, I don't eat pork anymore because I know better. But, I could still get bacon for it was running about $1.99. I could get it on sale for 99 cents. Now I eat beef bacon, and I'm paying around $9.99 a pound. That is significant. A roast. No, a chicken. I would buy organic, pasture-raised chickens, and I could get one for about $5.85. And I thought that was expensive back then. Now I don't even buy them anymore because they're like, the last time I looked, it was like $30 or something like that. It was ridiculous. Now, every once in a while, I will see chicken for about $18. Maybe it was a special one. I don't remember. Maybe it was the $18 price range. But still, to go from 5 something to 18 something, that's ridiculous in just 5 years. Now, don't have to buy organic, but I do have to buy organic because, again, I have health issues from eating so poorly my whole life. And I keep them in check as best as I can through diet and supplements, and vitamins, and my garden, etc. And again, I will do a video on that. We have digital IDs. What's the point in having data centers without the digital IDs? That's what the data centers are for. Besides to try to kill us and control us, it's to hold all our information. Now, how are they going to do the digital IDs? I think that they will start by requiring certain information just to get on your internet. Maybe a retinal thing or a fingerprint or many computers already require those things, and eventually it's going to be something to do with your right hand or your head. Is that chips? I don't know. I'm guessing probably. But, there was a time when we thought that, what are the little lines on your foods, the barcodes? They thought that was going to be the mark of the beast. They thought it was tattoos. Of course, now they have the little micro tattoos that they can do, that they're getting ready to roll out. We don't know. It could be something that's already existing and being rolled out. It could be something new that they're going to roll out, but they need to get us to accept the first several stages so that when it does roll out, we don't think much of it. I don't know. And of course, we have the big one right now, aliens. Okay, I get it. The Bible, we're trying to, we are trying to justify what they're rolling out. The Bible does tell us that we are going to see a lot of crazy things in the end times. Is it aliens? I don't believe that. I don't believe we went to the moon. Demons? Yeah, definitely. Now, we do have ancient beliefs throughout our human history of strange critters, strange creatures, Greek mythology. And if I had thought about it, I would have grabbed my Greek mythology book and gone through some, they believed in centaurs and dogmen and yetis and all kinds of stuff. Were they real? I don't know. Or were they new gods that they were trying to create in their minds to, it's kind of like, it's no different than modern religion. We're always looking for bigger, better because we get bored. We get bored. And back then they had like 5 billion different gods. Were they real? I don't know. Mermaids? Actually, I wrote some of them down. Aliens, Bigfoot, dragons, mermaids. Did dragons exist, or were they a type of dinosaur or big lizard? There's so much confusion, and they want us confused. They want us confused. They want us to where we don't know what to think or believe. That way, when whatever it is they have gets rolled out, we're just going to accept it. Now, first of all, I'm not accepting anything until I see it with my own 2 eyes, not on a screen, not what they tell us, because all they're doing is telling. It's all talk. It's all talk, and they're releasing videos. What's that? We have AI that can make anything look real. And usually it's just a blip on your screen anyways. Oh, look at the little tic-tac flying across your screen. Remember Pong? Remember, that's what I think of every time I see those stupid videos. I'm like, and how do I know there's not a military pilot flying that thing? I don't. And so I'm not going to believe anything until I see a alien with my own 2 eyes in real life. And I don't even want to see them because I know they're demons. I don't want to see this stuff. They're fallen angels or demons. And I don't believe those 2 things are the same thing. I think they're very different. All of this to keep us occupied, to keep us scared, to keep us churning on each other. Oh, look at that person. The color of his skin is different than yours. Let me give you a reason to hate him. Oh, their religion is different than yours. Let me give you a reason to hate them. Hey, we're not going to tell you what to do, but maybe if we push you enough, maybe you'll go do a mass pew pew. Hey, we want you scared. Fear is a great motivator. Now, having said all of that, excuse me, we're going to read something. All of these tactics that they're using to scare us, to control us, to keep us occupied while they roll out this new thing and this new thing and this new thing to get us to accept them, so that when it comes down to the actual mark, we're not going to think anything of it other than we think that we need it. My throat is sore today. My grandkids, I babysit them and they've been sick, so hopefully I'm not getting sick. I'm going to start in Psalm 90. Psalm 90. I'm sorry, I know I'm not used to having a mic. I know that was in the mic. I apologize. So Psalm 90, we're going to read verses 8 through 11. 4 verses. Thou hast set our iniquities before thee, our secret sins in the light of thy countenance. For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. The days of our years are 60 years and 10. A score is 20, so 3 times 20 is 60, plus 10, that's 70 years. And by the way, Israel, it's only a couple more years, and I forget, I should have looked all that up, but it's coming up on 70 years that Israel became a nation, and I believe that's when this is all going to start. And I believe we are in the end times. The days of our years are 60 years and 10, and if by reason of strength they be 80 or 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away. He's talking about the end times. I personally believe that David, who wrote the Psalms, had visions of the end times. That's just me. If you go back with that mindset and you read through the things that David wrote, I believe he was given the vision of the end times. Who knoweth the power of thine anger, even according to thy fear, so is thy wrath. And now we are going to read Psalm 91. So when we find ourselves fearing, and I know this is long, I warned you when we started, but this is long. It's important, even if no one watches it now. Maybe when things get really ugly, people will start watching this and get something from it. So I am not going to stress out over it. Psalm 91, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Now, I've heard a few different ideas, and I've always questioned, what is the secret place? I looked up, according to Hebrew, what is the secret place? And this is, according to Psalm 91:1, one of the great Hebrew names of God is El Elyon, often translated as God Most High. The name first appears in the Torah regarding the mysterious figure of Melchizedek, the timeless king and priest of Zion, who served bread and wine to our father Abraham. alluding to the sacraments later used to commemorate our redemption in Genesis 14:18. As the timeless king and priest of God, Melchizedek is a theophany or a revelation of the Lord our God Yeshua before he emptied himself and made his descent to this world in Philippians 2:7 and Hebrews 7:3. Yeshua is our great King of kings and high priest of the new covenant, a better covenant that restores the kingship and priesthood back to God himself, Hebrews 7:12. Now the name Elion itself comes from a root word that means to ascend. For instance, an Olah offering is a whole burnt offering that ascends upward to heaven, and Eliah means going up to the land of Israel. The word Elion then expresses the truth that the Lord is the resurrected and ascended one who overcame all the powers of hell and utterly vanquished death's power. In other words, Elion is the name for the Lord our God, Yeshua. And it goes on. I think that's where I was going to stop. Let me read one more. The sages say that Moses wrote Psalm 91 as he dwelt in the secret place of the Most High God. In the midst of the dark cloud, Exodus 24:18, a place of sacred and holy concealment, the thick clouds are a hiding place for him, Job 22:14. Notice that the one who abides in the secret of the Most High dwells in an ascended place of rest, being lifted up above the surrounding madness of this fallen world of flux and shadows. The Hebrew word means to lodge or to sleep, connecting it with death and resurrection. By dwelling in the resurrection, I-F-E, of Yeshua, God will shield you with his presence and make evil powerless before you. And there's more. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall. And what I did is I went through and I circled shall in my Bible. And it in Psalms 92, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. Shall is a promise. It is a verb. It is a promise. So notice how many times he says this promise. He promises us. Okay? And you've read this chapter a million times, I know. But let's go through it. Because I think people need to be reminded with all of this. Because it can get overwhelming. It can get scary. And let's just do it. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow, and we just talked about that, of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. By the way, these are in Revelation. Again, another reason why I think he saw the end times. The snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. I think the pestilence is the third or fourth seal? He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. I didn't even circle that one. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. His truth, what is that? Yeshua. Yeshua is the word. That's why we are to stay in the word. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. Again, Revelation. Nor for the arrow that flieth by day. That would be your wars. Also in Revelation. Nor for the pestilence. There we are again. Pestilence again. that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000, again in Revelation, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold, and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. He that dwelleth in the secret place. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. That's your secret place. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Revelation. For he shall, I didn't circle that one either. Boy, I missed a couple. Give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon. I did a study once, and I don't think I finished it, on verse 13, trying to look up adder and dragon and the original wording on this verse. I don't remember why, and like I said, I don't think I ever finished it because I got squirreled down a rabbit hole for dragons. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon. And I believe dragon is lizards, dinosaurs. I don't know that it's one type. I think it was possibly just a generic word like dinosaur. There are lots of different types of dinosaurs. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I ever finished my rabbit hole. Shalt thou trample under feet, because he hath set his love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high. These are the Lord's promises, Jehovah's promises, because he, that's us, has set his love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. I call him Jehovah and Yeshua. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. Now let's dive into that for a minute. I will be with him in trouble. It means there will be trouble. There will be trouble. That doesn't mean you won't have trouble. It doesn't mean we won't go through things. But the Lord will deliver us. I think even now we are going through trouble. I'm spending twice as much money on groceries as I used to. And that's just because I'm cutting back on what I used to buy. We will have some troubles. I'm paying, what was it? It's been four something for a gallon of gas. Now is that trouble? Yeah, because I need gas to go buy food. Our health. Wars, rumors of wars. There's trouble. It doesn't say you will have no trouble. Let's read it again. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. Why are you calling upon him? Because there's troubles. You're going through troubles. I will be with him in trouble. I personally believe we're going to go through some stuff. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. That's after. That's after. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. That's after. We're going to go through trouble. And we will have to make some very difficult decisions. And if we make the right one and not get this or this, I personally believe there's a very good chance that we will be here through some of the things. I'm pre-wrath. Does that mean pre-trib? I don't know. Maybe. I'm hoping. All I know is I'm pre-wrath. However you want to define that. Anyways, that is what was on my mind, and we are at 50 minutes, and I know probably I would be surprised if very many people sat through this whole thing, but I think there will come a time when people will need to hear all of this. We have promises. We have distractions. That's what they want. They're just distractions. Are some of them real? Yes. Are some of them fake? Yes. It's just all distractions. It's all to keep us distracted. It's to get us prepared, to weaken our defenses, to make us scared, to hate each other. Because when this and this comes, is it a I don't know. Is it a tattoo? I don't know. It says right hand or forehead. Now I know forehead can be defined in different ways depending on how you read the original language. I don't know what it is, but it's coming very soon. And they're doing this whole alien thing. Is something going to happen? Yes. Is it real? I don't know. Is it fake? I think probably like 99% of it will be, just like us going to the moon. Anyways, I'm probably going to make a couple more videos. There's a lot of things on my mind. And I think we need to start claiming and encourage God's promises and encouraging each other and preparing. Because it's wearing us down. I can go through a day with no internet, no anything, and I still have 100 tabs open at any given time. And then you get on and you're scrolling, and you're getting politics, religion, sexual orientation, wars, rumors of wars, scientists missing, Hanta, China, mosquito virus, parasites, ticks, Epstein, Hollywood, health issues, foods, pesticides, vaccines, crazy weather, moon runs, price of living, food, gas, MAID. Hey, yeah, I heard you're depressed. Let's kill you. But I want you to think that it was a good idea and that you came up with it yourself. Let's normalize killing people. AI, data centers, digital IDs, and aliens. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's making it easy for them. And it will make it easier when it's time for them to control us. So let's not get caught up in it. I mean, it's kind of hard to. Even I quit watching TV. It's just all garbage. It's all garbage. It's all part of, because there are people out there that don't get on social media. Well, let's get them with the TV. Let's get the movies. It's just, and I try so hard because I really want to watch a movie once in a while, but it's just garbage. And I'll scroll for an hour through movies just trying to find one worth watching. Trying to get my husband to hook up the DVD player because I can't get it working, and pull out my old DVDs just so I can have something halfway decent to watch, because every once in a while I want to watch a movie or a series. You know, I've got Matlock and MASH. I've got Anne of Green Gables. You know, I've got Little House on the Prairie. I've got stuff I can watch. That's not complete garbage. Anyways, I love you. And I pray that the right person watches this all the way through. Jehovah loves you, or he wouldn't have made you. He loves you so much. And Yeshua loves you so much that he died for you. He came down, he kept the Torah perfectly, and died sinlessly. And if you were the only person on the earth, he would have done it. And he did. Consider that. All right, y'all have a good day.